Hello, October. So today I want to do a language learning reset for October because I like making plans and setting goals not only at the beginning of each new year, but also at the beginning of each new month, because setting goals and making plans is exciting and I need some excitement in my language learning. I just came home from work. I had some pumpkin for dinner and I made myself a hot chocolate with some cream and some cinnamon. So grab your favorite drink and let's make some language learning plans. And I want to start by reflecting on September. So to be honest, September hasn't been my most productive month. For once, I've started this YouTube channel, which was quite a spontaneous idea, and I've never shot or edited a video in my life before September, which you probably can tell. And there were just a lot of things I had to learn, and I'm still learning a lot of things every day. And September also meant going back to work for me, so I don't want to be too harsh and not beat myself up. And I think I mainly focused on French in September, and I did make progress. So I can now read books and watch TV shows in French and maybe not understand everything, but I think 75%. And when I look back 6 months ago, that wasn't the case. So I did make progress in French and I'm okay with that. And for the summer month in general, I didn't follow a strict or strategic plan because I was on holidays, I was in Greece, I was a few weeks in Berlin, and there wasn't really a possibility to maintain my language or a language learning plan. But I think for October I want to change things and I want to follow quite a strict plan, because we all know what science says. Setting goals and creating habits is very beneficial and it is very effective, and I am someone who always likes to believe in science. So we're going to do that, and maybe when I don't like it in November I will change things up. I probably will do something completely different in November than I do in October, because I always like to have a little bit of change and excitement. I don't like boredom. So for October, I think I want my priority language to be Russian. So Russian is probably my weakest language. I've started learning it, I think, about 2 years ago, but I had a lot of breaks in between, which completely bothers me because every time I had to go back and start all over again. So it isn't like 2 years consistent learning. And I want to change that. Russian wasn't as difficult for me as I had expected, maybe because I'm German, so Russian cases don't really scare me. I mean, I haven't mastered them, but I think that with time and when I get used to it, I will. Which is more difficult for me are the Russian verbs, so that every verb does exist in two forms, the perfectum and the imperfectum. And this is a concept I do think that many Slavic languages have, but we don't have that in German. And I want to learn some more Slavic languages in the future, so I probably should familiarize myself with that. So my plan is to do Russian each morning, 90 minutes. This is doable, this is realistic for me. I've done this in the past. So before work, I want to get up and then followed by 90 minutes of studying Russian. And I want to tick off every day in my calendar that I do that. And I hope that by the end of the month, it will be like 26 ticks I have. Okay, and then probably in the afternoon when I come home from work, I want to do either 90 minutes of Italian or 90 minutes of Turkish. So it will be one day Turkish, the next day it will be Italian. And this way I don't have any kind of decision fatigue, what I think a lot of people who learn multiple languages do have. That, I mean, I'm learning 5 languages and often I really don't know what do I really want to do and which language, and when I do the language, what material am I learning with. So I want to come home in the afternoon and exactly know, I want to look at my calendar and see, okay, great, 90 minutes of Turkish today. And next day, okay, great, we do 90 minutes of Italian. And I think the day before that, or maybe even the whole week before that, I want to plan my language learning week ahead and really write down exactly what it is that I want to work with. So which podcast do I want to listen to? What kind of speaking practice do I want to do? Do I want to do some active recall? Do I want to do some passive recall? Do I want to speak to ChatGPT? Do I want to speak to a human being? Do I want to make all these decisions ahead of time so that I don't have this kind of, okay, what am I doing today? So that's the plan. 90 minutes of Russian in the morning, and in the afternoon 90 minutes of Italian or Turkish. And if I still have time and if I'm still in the mood after that, then I will do some French or some Dutch. So with Dutch, I've completed my B1 Buzo course this week, yesterday actually, and I don't want to move immediately on to the B2 course because I don't really feel like B1. I'm feeling more like being in the middle of A2, and what I want to do in October is mostly revision. So I did an audio recording of every Buzo lesson. I did my notes, I've written down a lot of sentences, and I just want to make a lot of revision, maybe listen to some podcasts, but I don't want to do a new course or do something new in Dutch. But if I don't do anything in Dutch or French, this is also completely fine. So I won't beat myself up about it. My priorities are very clearly set now. And this way I know exactly what I have to do. So this is my plan for October. So maybe this inspired you to also make a language learning plan for the month, and we can support each other and keep each other company, because for me, learning languages, it is just the most beautiful and fulfilling activity in the whole world. And I'm pretty certain that October will be a terrific month. So take care, and hello October again. Bye.